Have you ever had the best intentions where you want to connect, you want to impress, you want to make that great impression, and yet the impact was completely different? Maybe you were trying to get closer, but they pulled away. Or maybe you were trying to share how much you like them, but they felt pressure, they felt that uncomfortable state. That's the disconnect between intention and impact. And here's the thing, your intentions might be pure, but the impact you're having is what really matters in the relationship. And so today I'm going to share with you the breakdown of how this plays out in dating and why it creates such confusion and frustration, and more importantly, how you can get your intentions and your impact aligned to attract and build the relationship with the right person. And so the other day I was explaining this concept to my kids as we're driving to school. They're all grade school. My daughter Bella's 10, my son Bryson's 6. And I'm talking to them about the difference between intention and impact. And I'm saying sometimes dad's intention is to help mom in the kitchen, but because of where I'm standing and what's going on, the impact is that mom's feeling irritated because dad's in the way. Or I was sharing with them the story that one time my intention was to give my employee the day off on a Saturday. I was doing an event, realized I had enough support from the venue that was there that I didn't need her to work the back of the room at that event. While she's on her way to the event, I call her to give her the day off. My intention is to help her feel the joy of having the day off, but the impact was she felt irritated and frustrated because she had gotten a babysitter, she'd gotten herself all ready, and now she isn't going to get paid for that particular day because she's not working. She was actually the one to first bring this up to me many, many years ago, the difference between intention and impact. And as I'm explaining this, I hear from the back seat from my daughter Bella, who's 10, "Dad, your intention is to teach us, but the impact is it's making me want to listen to loud music." And then Bryson, who's 6, goes, "Yeah, Dad, your intention is to teach us, but the impact is I'm bored." And I thought, you get it. Exactly. You guys are getting this exact point right now. The funny thing is this happens all the time in life, and it happens all the time in dating and relationships. So let's bring this into the relationship space. You're on a first or second date, and your intention is to see if this person is aligned with you and your vision for a long-term relationship. And so you start asking questions. And you're asking questions like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are your relationship goals? How do you feel about marriage and kids? You're just trying to get a feel for where they are. And while your intention is to make sure that you're not wasting time with the wrong person, you're being intentional, you're being serious, the impact is coming across as overly serious, like you are interviewing them for a job. And that energy is a turnoff. And the impact is you push them away. Let me give you another example, maybe down the road a little bit. Now you've been dating somebody for a few months, and you're not sure where this is going yet. You want to make sure that you're aligned in your vision for the relationship, and you're thinking like, I need to know if this individual is serious about me and the relationship. And so you start asking questions like, where do you see this going? Are you ready for marriage? Are you ready to have kids? And while your intention is simply clarity, the kind of questions you're asking, how you're asking those questions create the impact of intense and maybe even desperate. If still you're not fully committed to this person, just a couple months in. So the vibe shifts out of fun connection into pressure and into expectation. So how do you align your intention with the impact that you actually want to create? Because there's nothing wrong with wanting clarity. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be aligned with the person that you're dating, but how we do that matters. If you reframe the questions in a way that keeps the vibe aligned with where you are in the relationship and still gives you the clarity, now you're hitting the mark. So instead of asking something like, are you ready for a committed relationship? Try, hey, what's something that you're really looking for in your love life right now? It's more open-ended, more curious-based, but they're going to give you the same information. Ultimately, it gives you the insight that you're looking for without them feeling like they're being grilled, which I am guilty of in my dating life. That's how I learned this. So let's give another example. You're on a date and your intention is you really want to make a great impression. You're talking about your job. You're talking about your travels. You're talking about your hobby. You're talking about how much you've accomplished. Maybe you've been on dates with guys who are doing this and you want to show them that you're such a catch, but the impact is you're coming across as self-centered. You're coming across as arrogant or egotistical. And so they're sitting there feeling like they're just an audience to this one person show. So here's how to align the intention and the impact of you wanting to make a good impression. You shift from impressing the person to connecting with the person. And you ask questions like, hey, what's one thing that you're really passionate about right now? Or what's one goal that you're working on right now that really lights you up? And so it's okay to talk about all of those things that you're passionate about and that light you up, as well as making space for the other person. And I can hear you right now saying, yeah, Matt, I have no problem doing that. I wish the guys that I was dating would do that back for me as well. And I get it. And that's them wanting to impress you, but the impact is they're pushing you away. And often when you lean in and people relax, they can help align the intention and the impact. Now, there's one more common example where intention and impact mismatch. And this is where you're on a date and you're wanting to bond with the other person. If we're not conscious of this, one of the things that people will tend to bond over when they're dating is the common frustrations of dating. How bad the apps are. Like what a zoo it is, the bad dates that they've been on, how people don't look like their pictures, like they're way older than their pictures, or they don't look anything like what they presented, how hard it is to find a great person. So the two of you start bonding over how bad it is. And while your intention is to connect over this shared experience, the impact is we come across as negative. We come across as cynical. We come across as stuck, sluggish energy. So to align the intention and the impact in terms of creating bonds, bond over your shared values. Way better to bond over. Or bond over life philosophies. Like I really believe, I'm someone who believes in gratitude. I have a daily gratitude practice. Tell me about your gratitude practice. Like what's something that you're really grateful for? Or what's a challenge that you've experienced that later there was a gift inside that challenge? And bond over the things that you either believe about life or that you have deep values in. And this shifts the conversation to a higher vibration and really opens the door for a deeper connection. The goal isn't to mold ourselves into somebody that we're not. The goal is to bring our intention and impact into alignment. And so here's the danger though. If you're not getting the result that you want, it's easy to start over-analyzing ourselves and like think over every move that we make and second guess everything that we said. And that is not the point. We want to dial that energy down. What puts us in the sweet spot of aligning intention and energy is actually to get clear on our intentions. What happens is we get kind of muddled intentions or crisscrossed intention of like, my intention is to impress this person. No, if you're on a first date, your intention shouldn't be, for example, to determine if they are the one or to get them to like you. You shift your intention instead to create a mutual fun time. Like that's literally the intention, is I want to create a mutual fun time and to stay present enough to notice how you feel. Do I feel expansive around this person or do I feel contractive around this person? If you're in a committed relationship, lead with your intention. I'd be in the kitchen with my wife and I can tell her, hey, my intention here is to help you. How can I get in flow with you? What's the best way for me to support you right now? And she might say the best way is to go into the pantry and bring me XYZ, or to clear out this space, go grab the dishes over there. Not stand next to her and pull out the pans and cook next to her, right? So you can actually, when you're in a committed relationship, lead with what your intention is, and then the two of you can get aligned so that the impact is exactly what you would love. My question for you is, have you ever had a really great intention, but totally missed the mark? Like totally backfired? I would love to hear that story. Go ahead and drop that in the comment section below. And I hope that this supports you in making sure that it minimizes those moments and really maximizes the beautiful impact that you're having in your relationships. So know this, I appreciate you. Here's to your amazing love life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.